Well, tonight, 12 people are recovering from injuries after they were involved in a wreck that happened late last night.
Officers say an 18-wheeler crashed into several cars on I-10 near MLK. It's a construction zone where the Purple Heart Memorial Bridge is being rebuilt. Construction on the bridge began in 2012 and is expected to last until 2016. Some worry the driver of the 18-wheeler wasn't given enough warning about the construction zone. KFDM's Jessica Crawford is on I-10 near where the crash happened. And Jessica, what is TxDOT saying tonight about that crash?
Greg, this is an area where traffic often backs up due to construction. Well, TxDOT says that it does all it can to warn drivers ahead of time of work zones.
When I got to the house, it wasn't 5-10 minutes, and I heard all the sirens going on. And I turned to my wife and I said that I hope that this is not what I think it is a major accident on Interstate 10 due to what I think I just saw happen.
John Leggett is a concerned citizen. He asked us not to show his face. He says he represents a lot of people like him, people concerned about crashes that happen in construction zones. He says he saw an 18-wheeler driving on I-10 near MLK Sunday night just before it made impact with several vehicles, injuring 12 people.
We're very thankful that there were no fatalities because this was a pretty bad chain reaction crash. And you think about what might have been, there could have been fatalities, especially when you're talking about two fires as well and people who were trapped in vehicles.
Leggett says he worries that the driver of the 18-wheeler who was driving from Eagle Pass, Texas to Montgomery, Alabama, didn't get enough warning about the construction zone he was about to enter on I-10.
It needs to be set up in plenty enough time so people can have the opportunity to make adjustments to slow their speed down. I mean, 18-wheeler came down through there. He had nothing to see, nothing in front of him. He hits the overpass and he sees stopped traffic.
Sarah Dupree with TxDOT says there are warning signs as far as a mile ahead of the construction zone. Any signs before that could confuse drivers.
With this particular lane closure and construction zone, we had 4 signs ahead of the work zone, starting at a mile back. We also had 2 police officers that were one at the beginning of the work zone and one where the actual work was taking place in the work zone.
Dupree says TxDOT does all it can to warn drivers of construction zones before it's too late. Some witnesses say they saw the 18-wheeler swerve just before impact.
And I'm sure he did swerve all over the road to try to stop. And unfortunately, there's people that could not get out of his way.
Beaumont Police Officer Joe Ornelas is joining us today with information that could save your life. Thank you so much for joining us. So what can our viewers do to prevent being in crashes like this?
The main thing would be to plan ahead and always know that construction, you can expect delays. Plan to drive conservatively, look for the slick road, wet roads, and don't be tailgating. Observe the warning signs so that you can get home safely. Just proper spacing between you and the car in front of you will help you and lessen the impact if you are involved in a wreck.
Right, and so on cold, wet, rainy days like this, how can drivers stay safe on the road?
Again, know that your car is in good condition. Check your brakes, your tire pressure, and make sure that your tires are in good condition because the road is now slick and you might not be able to stop as easily as you would on dry pavement.
Okay, thank you so much for all your help today, Officer Ornelas. If you would like more information on how you can stay safe on the road, later tonight you can check our website at kfdm.com. Live in Beaumont, I'm Jessica Crawford, KFDM 6 News.
Tonight, KFDM News is uncovering new information about the driver of the tractor trailer. We did some checking and KFDM was able to reach out to one of the owners of JMJ Trucking in Eagle Pass. Jose Gonzalez told us the driver was released from the hospital in Beaumont and was heading home this morning. The big rig was carrying auto parts bound for Montgomery, Alabama. Gonzalez says the driver told him traffic was backed up when he came around the curve on I-10 and he couldn't avoid hitting the stopped vehicles. The driver said he did not see warning signs about narrow lanes. And according to the owner, this was the first accident in the company's 30 years or so in business.